Hi, my name is Francine and I have ovarian cancer. We don't know how long I have, so my job right now is to make every day count. Hi, everybody. Today is scan day. I haven't had one for 6 months, actually. Usually it's every 3 months, but since we hadn't seen any difference and we don't expect to see a lot of difference simply because the imaging is poor, we decided that 6 months would be fine. It doesn't matter if I got them every 2 days. It's a little nerve-wracking, actually. So scanxiety is a real word. And so I'm not going to take you with me. I'm going to be leaving in a few minutes. I take you in the car and, we don't go in the hospital together anyway. And I just put you through that dreaded test that I just had to take for the stomach. But that's all in the mail, and hopefully we will get results soon. I think it's been a lot lately, to be honest with you, a lot of tests, between my bones and my tummy. So far, I'm just glad that we haven't found anything suspicious where we needed further tests because, once you have cancer, you don't know where else it could show up. So my type of ovarian cancer is not known to go certain places, but it usually stays contained, at least in the peritoneum, the torso, the cavity. So it can go to organs, and I've heard of that. But I also had someone that from like 20 years ago, it went into her bones. And whether that's common or not, I don't know, but it just always makes me nervous. So as long as it's just my age, that's fine. But it's just been a lot. I'm really looking forward to, after these scans and a follow-up visit with either, well, probably not the oncology. We'll probably do that by phone as far as test results or just in the portal. But I should be seeing the gastroenterologist. Yeah, the gastro guy, probably within the next 3 months. So I'm looking forward to a little bit of a reprieve from, all this rigmarole, shenanigans, trying to think some other corny words. So before I leave, I thought I would start on my questions. And these are some hard-hitting questions. I'm going to start with the questions, though, that you've asked me, not always so hard-hitting. And then we'll get to the AI, more hard-hitting cancer questions. Let's see, I guess I'm going to need my glasses. I didn't think I would need it from here, but. So Brushy 555, that's a cute name. I'd like to know where she got that. Her name is Maria. And she says, "Hi, Francine. My question is, what advice would you give your younger self?" Well, I even told her, I said, that was an excellent question because I knew the answer immediately. And I even asked Chris, what do you think I would say? And he knew it immediately. It is, don't marry John. Don't even date John. Don't even meet John. Don't meet John. Don't move to Florida with John. Stay with your mother a little longer. I think that would have been really wise advice for my younger self. And if I have to do it again, hopefully I will remember this conversation. Okay, we won't go into why, but that really altered the course of my life and took a long time for me to get past like as far as the course and the direction, not the emotion. Sometimes we just make decisions that, hey, yeah, if I had that to do over again, where would I actually be if I had to take in a different path? So, yeah, if I had a second, and that's how strong it is about how I feel about John. The second choice would have been don't smoke. I definitely wouldn't have listened to myself, though, on that one, because I was young and dumb. Well, yeah, I was young and dumb when I met John. But the thing about it is, I don't know if that would have led to the cancer or not. But that could have given me a lot longer life. So thank you for that question, Maria. I think we have time for one more before I have to get to the next clip. Question from Just Jenny 147. Did you have a complete hysterectomy because of your cancer? I did not. I did have a complete hysterectomy because they found cysts and myomentum, which is like kind of the lining that keeps your organs from rubbing directly. It's like it's a buffer zone, and it keeps them sliding well. As far as digestion and stuff, it was just all fused to my intestine and my colon, and everything in there was really twisted up. I had one ovary like against my hip, and the other one was back there. So one doctor even asked me, "Did you fall off your bicycle as a kid?" They had never seen anything like it. And there was no saving it. And I had been in pain for a lot of years, but they did not know it was cancer until they took it out and biopsied. So it wasn't because of my cancer, but there was a lot of good reason to have a complete hysterectomy. Thank you for that question, Jenny. I think I'll close right there, and I will come back and answer more in the next clip. I've got to go get a scan, or two, actually. Ugh. Hello, I just got in and it started snowing, so I didn't go to the store. Chris volunteered to go after work, so I didn't need a lot, just a few things. It's not sticking yet, but I'll tell you what, the Kia Soul is not great in snow, just in case anybody needs to know that. So I did my scans. It was sort of uneventful. I actually had gotten to the parking lot and I realized I had forgotten to pick up my barium for contrast. And I'm like thinking, this is how overwhelmed I am with doctor's appointments and tests lately, and I'm really looking forward to a little break. So I went in thinking I'm going to reschedule, and I told her I didn't pick up my barium. That's never happened to me. And she said, let me look. And she says, the doctor didn't order the oral contrast this time, just the IV. I mean, she never does that. So I feel like it was divine intervention that I didn't have to have that barium. Otherwise, I would have picked it up. Somebody would have given it to me and I would have drank it. So that stuff is gross. So thank you, Spirit. Yes, sometimes it's not a coincidence, but so I'm home now. And honestly, I just feel like I want to get a nap. So I'll answer some questions later or tomorrow morning. But I'll tell you what, the tech said I may get my results tomorrow. I won't hear from the doctor tomorrow because she's now out on leave, but at least I can look at them in the portal. So that's something. And maybe I can just get this behind me and, just start looking at making every day count again. Every day is counting, but, I want it to be counting something else, I guess. We have stalkers. Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. It's a new day, and I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things as far as my scan results, which I got already, and answer more of your questions. Basically, that's the premise of this particular video, but I need to pepper it in with a couple of other things. One thing is that the American Cancer Society came out with its annual report, and I will just read you the title because the rest of it's obvious. Cancer deaths are declining, but diagnoses are rising, especially among younger women. Yeah, I think that's very sad, and I still go toward, as time goes on, our food is more processed and convenient. But studies are proving that we have more effective treatments and options out there. Okay, I will leave it at that. Just wanted to throw it out there. So, Shella Backus 2462. Hi, Shella. She wants to know, and she says, I feel safe, therefore, in asking you my question. Will you please tell us about your crow? Right there, right there. Okay. Well, the short answer is, I would like to think it's a raven. I don't know how to tell the difference, but I bought that. It's a print of a painting that I bought Chris as a housewarming, I think, when he moved into a new apartment before we started living together. And he has an affinity with ravens and blackbirds in general. It's kind of a metaphysical thing, kind of like I am attracted to owls. And I think it's just like it's either a totem animal or so there's not a big mystery about it, Shella. It's actually just that he likes ravens and crows. We don't have a lot of ravens around here, obviously. So when he sees crows, he pays attention, and that's the symbolism, actually, of the crow. At least they know who you are. They will recognize you. So it's kind of a cool thing to recognize them as far as leaving them offerings or something like that. From what I've heard, they like shiny objects. So if you have like a bottle cap or something, a quarter, whatever, just like to put it outside somewhere. I don't know much about them, but that's my take on them. They're very spiritual animals, very spiritual beings. Thanks for your question, Shella. Stranger Times 109 asks, how do you cope mentally? That's a good question. One of the AI questions that I'm going to offer today is also very similar. How do you deal with fear and anxiety about the future? So I'll answer you both. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I should. Doesn't mean I really break down, but recently I started some therapy, talk therapy, and I think that that's starting to help. And I say starting is because, you know, it's only been 3 sessions, and one of those sessions was an assessment survey that kind of wasted that session. But I think it's a good match, and I think being honest about your fears and anxieties is a big plus, even if somebody doesn't want to hear about it, the way it goes. So thanks for that question. The next question is from AI. How has your diagnosis changed your daily routine? Good question, AI. It so has. I mean, in every way I can imagine. From feeling my health issues and not functioning as well as I would like, to missing out on my career. I can't do things to the fullest anymore. I can still hold on to things, which probably is also another help in my coping mechanisms, mentally and emotionally. But My daily routine is so different now. I don't do really anything the same anymore. My daily routine is like every week I've got a doctor's appointment or a test or 10 of each. It's annoying, but right now I'm going to have a little bit of a reprieve for a while, which will be nice because I was getting a little overwhelmed. At first, the diagnosis changed when it was terminal, changed my routine in as much as preparing for my passing. My daily routine was just getting some affairs in order and looking at Vermont to hasten my life and going to anticipatory grief counseling. Now, it's not my diagnosis that has changed the routine as much as not feeling good anymore and having to let go of a lot of my work. I don't work very much at all now. And holding on to what I have is what keeps me going. You know, my work for a long time defined me. And just taking more naps. That's the difference in my daily routine. Okay, AI, that was a good question. And AI also wanted to know, how have your family and friends reacted to your diagnosis? I think fairly well. There's nobody in my family that doesn't support me. But I have another video that I had put out, which I will link here, about friends ghosting me. Not everybody can deal with the possibility of losing people. But I'll let you see that video. I didn't even know that really was a thing, but they do. Okay, that's it for the questions for now. I think AI did a good job as far as my asking it to come up with some questions that my viewers might want to hear. And I have a few more, but I'm going to say that for another day. I wanted to let you know that my scan results are in already. And I'm kind of surprised about that. That's crazy. And I got a call even from the doctor's office. So I'll just read this part to you. No evidence of metastatic disease. Yay. And in fact, it doesn't seem like there's been any change. We're not crazy cats. It's only when I'm on video, by the way, you know that. We're not surprised about those results at all, obviously. You know, I discussed that to nauseum. It says no evidence of osseous or visceral metastatic disease in the thorax. I even heard from the gastroenterologist who reviewed it right away, even though it was an oncology test. And he says, I reviewed your CT. The formal results are still pending from the radiologists. Oh, he looked at it first. No significant stool burden to suggest overflow, in quotes, as the source of your abnormal bowel habits. Therefore, no changes for now. We will see what the SIBO breath test shows. Oh. You know, here's the thing. I don't mind getting all these other side tests that really aren't about cancer, but just aging, because at least no news is good news in this case. There was nothing abnormal about my x-rays, for instance, other than, okay, she has arthritis. And of course, we knew about the Dupuytren's contracture. And I'm hoping the same for this, that they might see some bacteria in my small intestine that I could take an antibiotic for, but nothing major that would alert them to possible tumors in the intestine or some other kind of blockage. So this is good news. And I'm hoping the breath test, pain in the ass that it was, just comes out, you know, you're fine. Maybe I need to change my diet a little more. I don't know how much I can change it as far as, you know, I don't eat abnormal amounts of cheese and gluten. I do like my carbs, but I don't eat a lot to begin with. So we'll see. But that seems to be it for now. So I appreciate that you're here for my journey. I know that it's not a traditional cancer journey, and 2025 has been a little busy as far as doctors and tests, but you know what? My goal is to be here to see the rest of this year. I don't know if I will or not. I don't know if it's up to me, but I'm going to do my best. And I'm glad you're here for the ride. So if you like this video or the last video or another video, I really appreciate if you would subscribe and make sure you go back to that subscribe button and click it again and make that little alarm, that little bell icon black, because that means you'll get alerted to my next video. Okay, so thank you very much, and hit that like button right there. I appreciate that too, because all the interaction that I can get from you, comments, is a recommendation from YouTube, and it helps my channel grow. And I'd like to reach more people that kind of share my journey. You know, I know a lot of you out there have cancer, and I am rooting for all of you. All right, you have a great day. Feel blessed. You are blessed. Bye.